This is going to be fun. Welcome to Thoth Reacts. I'm your boy, Tahuti Hermes Trismegistus, and you are tapping into the root of the symmetry so that we can check out this whole new commercial. I'm like internally tweaking because when we just did our last reaction episode, gave the most charismatic man in the world a whole hour of my time dissecting his whole presentation, I didn't expect that they were somehow going to top the creepiness. And I guess that's just the point, though. We get to see more and more of these spirit souls every single day. So these spirits have this internal world that we are unaware of until they present themselves through these keynotes, through these presentations, through these commercials, through their art. The whole point of art is to create something that represents who you are internally. So we really got this is wild, and I'm excited to look at this again because there's a lot that I definitely have not caught. So we're about to dissect this commercial that Facebook Meta has released to sell us, to hypnotize us into wanting to connect to their matrix, to their metaverse forever. It's quite remarkable. Like, we really get to see how these people feel. So we're going to look at this and we're about to just like get spiritually all in here because there's a lot of spiritual stuff going on. Everything's spiritual, but that's the point. Thoth Reacts. I will naturally, organically. So right here, because this is bonkers. Like, if you have not seen this commercial, maybe go watch it first before you watch me react. Because you need to watch it on your own. Give them the view, whatever. Who cares? It's all free range. It's hilarious. They don't have likes or dislikes visible. So you can like it or dislike it as much as you want. No one can see it. And they don't have comments turned on, which is wild. Says a lot. For you to be a tech company, for you to want to sell all of us as consumers, unplugging our consciousness into your product, yet you don't even let us comment in a section on your sales video. Like, you have everything turned off. This is wild. Like, this is truly like how they're really trying to just keep the projections coming and just keep censoring how we connect on their projections. Because that doesn't bode well for a tech company to be selling their virtual reality playscape by already not letting us comment or see the likes and dislikes. Like, what kind of free communication could we possibly have inside of your metaverse when we can't even comment on the video where you're selling it to us? What? Let's look at this. So we have kids in an art museum. All right. So these kids are in an art museum, meaning that it's already a metaverse, right? It's already, when you look at an art museum and you're writing with symmetry, so we know that life is art. We create ourselves into reality. Each art piece is in and of itself a universe. So them using metaverse is them saying that they want to connect all universes. And that's the point of the metaverse in that way. So they want your universe, they want my universe, they want his universe, her universe, their universe, all of our universes to build their metaverse. This is their new white supremacy. Let's colonize everyone. And this is why this commercial rubs everyone such a certain way, because it's literally coming from that space. It's bonkers. This is bonkers. Let's look at this. So yeah, kids, art museum, metaverse, because all art is universes, expressions of souls. So let's see what they focus on. Let me make sure. So already right there, that sound is disorienting to me. Like that sound is already like freaking me out as far as just that ride up and that focus in on the painting. Like it feels like a psychedelic trip going very wrong. Like you're going down the wrong twists and turns right now. Like all the wrong vibes is all I feel in what they're creating right here. So right now we have a tiger eating a buffalo. This is how they're introducing it.
This is the dimension of imagination.
Yo, okay, right. So it's not a lion, but immediately the energy that this strikes me as is Leo and Taurus. As far as zodiac signs and the elements and just the way that they want to use astrology to make things happen. So what is Leo and what is Taurus in this case, right? Leos are lions, but lions and tigers and buffalo, Taurus, so it's about this symbology here. The Leo is fixed fire. So the Leo represents imagination. Like your imagination is your Leo. Your imagination is a fixed fire point that's shining out into nothingness forever. And like your imagination is like infinitely boundless. That's like the Leo sun energy. And then your Taurus energy is the body, because that's fixed earth. So the body is all about grounding the imagination into something stable, into something structured, into something that makes sense. So once you use your ability to alchemize your imagination through feeling and then air into earth, and you can make a body, and then you can use your body to chase your dreams, this is then where we get the creation of metal. So that's how we would get to see fire alchemizing earth into metal and see how all this virtual reality metal plays out then. Because we create this earth to be the collective structure that then allows us to express our imaginations. So this is why we transform earth into metal to express our imaginations as spirits. So what they're doing here by having the tiger, by having Leo, they're showing that they have this fixed fiery imagination. This imagination is not going anywhere. This is their thing. This their fireball. Their hell, their heaven. Fixed point of fire. And the Taurus is the fixed point of this simulation, this earth in general. So Taurus represents a simulation. Taurus represents you connecting with yourself and creating a world where now you have something. So because you connected with yourself, now you have something. That's the point of Taurus. So this whole world that we're in, indigenous peoples have created this toroid. All of us as indigenous spirits have created this simulation by connecting with ourselves. And then the Leo comes in to consume this simulation and transform the circumstances to serve its individual imagination, because it's about individuality in that way. So this is what the tiger eating the buffalo hits me as immediately, especially when they're selling a platform. Because that's the point of these fixed energies. It's about the platform. So the platform of Leo and the platform of Taurus coming together, the fixed fire and the fixed earth, they're making a fixed metal structure. So it's literally the matrix, literally the metal. It's like it's meta-ul. The metalverse is what they're going to create, basically. The metaverse, the metalverse. Basically, they just want to use metal to separate your body from your soul. Just like they do with braces. Get into decolonize your face. If you do not know that braces actually create problems in your face, we are all into changing orthodontistry, all right? Because these systems that are using Chase Calloway's caduceus to conduct medical business are actually creating problems inside of a body that is perfectly harmonious when it is left to connect with itself. That's how we created these bodies in the first place. So metal is all about disconnecting your body from your water. Braces messed up my face. Braces, they sold it as, oh, we're going to straighten your teeth and we're going to fix the problems that you have. They created way more problems. They did not straighten my teeth. They mangled my spine. They mangled my face structure. They gave me incredible pain that like I couldn't eat with. And literally I had to create decolonize your face to ease my own pain. So I can only speak and eat right now. If it was up to them, I wouldn't be able to speak or eat. If it was up to them, I would still be dealing with the pain that stopped me from being able to communicate. And I would be paying money to keep not being able to communicate. If it was up to them, I would be paying them more money to let them prolong my suffering, because that's how they build their structure. It was up to me to connect with myself and realize that what they're doing is causing problems in my body that I have to reverse on my own. So get into Always Ascending Academy. Check out Decolonize Your Face if you're not aware. Metal causes problems when it enters the body. Metal separates earth from water. So when the Taurus is all about water, this is like what earth is about. Earth absorbs water. But if you want to separate earth from water, then you bring fire into earth. You don't bring water into earth. That's the point of all this technology. That's how your phone is made. That's how your computer's made, your TV, any light around you, any appliance around you, any metal around you was created from a spirit bringing its individual fire and vibrating at a high frequency to transform earth into something that serves it. And now it can separate itself and sever into the simulation. And now it's turned this collective structure into an individual structure. So literally this symbology right here is the tiger, them, in their imagination. Because this is, the tiger is supposed to represent them. Do know that. The tiger represents them in their Leo energy, being the creators. And of course, exactly as I'm saying with Leo energy, this literally represents them. This tiger is saying this is the dimension of imagination. So this is their imagination. And the Taurus represents you. Literally, that bull represents us. All of us as the indigenous spirits, or just as spirits creating this simulation in general, we're going to get consumed by this tiger. So this is why the tiger literally starts petting the bull. And the Taurus is supposed to be okay playing the supporting role. That's the whole point of the bull supporting the Leo, supporting the tiger. That's what the Leo sees in the Taurus. The Leo loves the Taurus because the Leo loves using the Taurus as a platform to shine. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to use you as the platform to shine. They're going to shine their individuality out. They're talking about this being the dimension of imagination. It's their imagination. They're creating a world for you, and you're going to get eaten by it. And they're trying to make it look as nice as possible. That's why he's petting the buffalo that he was about to consume. And the buffalo is just there with its like all-seeing dollar bill eye. Man. And this music is horrible. I don't know who made this or who possibly thought that this was anywhere close to fun. But it's like creepy. Like it's almost like it's disharmonious. It's weird. Like, but it's like the frequency is off. And I don't know if that's just because it looks wrong, but it doesn't, none of it feels right. None of this. Birds. And it's weird, like, yeah, like birds shaking their butts. There's already like implication in there. So immediately you want to sell Facebook Meta as animals shaking their butts. Is that how you perceive the people who connect on your social media? Just a bunch of animals shaking their butts on camera out in nature, and you get to capture it. They're like, that's what humans will like. They want to see flamingos shaking their tushies. That's what they do on our apps. That's what they do on all of our stuff. Man. So the kids are confused. She's like, what is this? They're all like, what is this? So they're off put because a tiger eating a buffalo just stopped eating the buffalo and started petting it and said, welcome to the dimension of imagination. You can't, like, everything's imagination. So like you're colonizing my imagination by saying this is the dimension of imagination. Like it's specifically your imagination, and it's you just copying indigenous nature. All you can do is copy and replicate, and you're not good at it. And your whole idea of being as good as possible technologically is trying to make what we've already made real in your ugly version. And trying to be as realistic with your graphics based on how real life already is. And the astral realm is way more real than here. So they're like trying to, man, they're so lost. So these animals are dancing. It's weird. That kid looks weird. They don't look happy. This is creepy. Very creepy. This is really tweaking me out. This feels so wrong. Like, this feels so disharmonious. Like, I don't know who put this audio together, these visuals together, but this is the representation of their soul. This is how they feel internally. They literally put this through testing groups, and they're like, this is a go, because we got our symbols in here. You see this? So they have their sun, they have their moon, they have the owl. So the owl is about the ego, but being the bird that's able to see everything in the night. So all the things you do in the dark, they want all the knowledge of that. And that's what they especially want to use this technology for. So because the owl can see everything in the nighttime, and it's about like recording the library and everything, they are trying to categorize your souls into a whole library. And then they turn that's all just restricted in Saturn energy, and they're making money off of this structure now. That's why they literally have Saturn in the background and this hexagon, this shape. It's literally all Saturn in terms of literally Saturn being that Capricorn energy of restriction. Like Capricorn, Satan, it's about building restriction, like building something that constrains spirits so that you can enforce the rules. And then you can make money by restricting everyone that is inside of your program. So that's where like they're obsessed with Saturn in the New World Order and just everything that has made America possible coming out of Europe. It's all about using the Satan energy, using the restriction energy to build a system off of keeping you trapped in a certain mode of communication. So if they can keep you locked in a certain ring, then they can keep you cycling in a way that makes them money. And now they can capitalize on your chi. And that looks like them categorizing all your information, being like owls, seeing what you do in the dark, consuming everything about you. They have the line being like, come to the imagination, I'm the Leo, look how fun it is. Isn't it so much fun? And you're like, oh, so now the kids are hypnotized or whatever to come serve Saturn. And that's where they also have a city in the background. That's their Jupiter energy as far as like their idea of expanding. They're like, we have nature here. That lures the humans in, but really we're advanced over here in the cities. Cute. That looks so wrong. This literally looks like a super off-putting old, like how children's shows used to look. Like they want to take the imagery that we're supposed to be familiar with as children, and like that whole children art book thing, and it feels like they really want to pervert it, and they really want to destroy our childhoods, and they're like coming for us, and it's like they're trying to use it to make us connect with them, but in a deeper, darker, disgusting way. And people feel that. They're seeing it. It's very apparent based on how they're projecting the light into our space. And so now the tiger and the buffalo are dancing together. And notice how this buffalo, they're giving this buffalo one eye. This buffalo doesn't get two eyes. I don't know if this buffalo is about to get two eyes in here, but the tiger gets two eyes. That's like interesting. Regardless, this tiger, this Leo, was about to eat this buffalo. It was about to eat this Taurus. But once the kids started looking, it stopped. So notice that, okay? In general, like, once you start looking, they stop behaving and stop wanting to consume as much because they're going to start communicating to get you to get consumed. They're like, oh, wait, no, I'm not eating people. Come here. Come here. No, we're actually having a lot of fun over here in the Illuminati. We're so enlightened. We're not eating babies. We're not eating people. We're not eating indigenous kids. No, come here. Come here. We're not going to eat you either. Have fun in our world. Look at our world. This is actually the dimension of imagination. So now they got all these snakes. Adam and Eve. Creepy. They really thought this was good? This really passed market tests? Like, how is this possible? This is so off-putting. So these kids are just like in a trance. Even like this kid, he has his eyes closed, but he's just vibing with the music. It's funny. They have the one black kid with his eyes closed. Like but yet he's like the one that's like almost vibing the most. It's just a subconscious thing they're trying to say about trapping black people with music. They're like, and okay, so everyone, they have their eyes open because they like the lights. Look at our nature. Literally, your idea of beauty is just some ugly, twisted version of what indigenous spirits have already created to express themselves. That's why the medical industry uses the caduceus to inject people with heavy metals, because they can't imagine actually creating their own thing. All they can do is consume what we created so that they can further consume our time and consume our souls. So yeah, this is wild. This is ugly. So now like all the kids are like trapped. They're looking at stuff, and then the black kid, he's literally the one who has his eyes closed and he has glasses, and he gets to vibe to the music because they're like, black people love music. This is ugly. Bro, so straight up, this they really don't want to give this buffalo the other eye. It's like right there, but it's not. So I don't know if you saw that, but the way that they look over at each other, there we are. We'll just pause that. That I hate this. Just so I despise this. This is horrifying. To have this Leo tiger looking at it, like they literally are looking at each other like only they know what they're going to do to these children. Like the buffalo is like, yeah, I'm supposed to get eaten by you, but I'm also playing along because it's my role as a Taurus. I get consumed by the Leo so we can make metal. And now the fixed imagination takes over the fixed body so that we can make a fixed metallic point and separate others and introduce our individuality. So this is how they're doing it. This is how they introduce their individuality. How do you feel about this commercial? How do you feel about the individuals who want you to join Facebook Meta? Because this is their subconscious mind. And this is the pleasant version of their subconscious mind. This is the most pleasant, like, most loving, pleasing to the eye, like human resonant. Like this is like their most human version of advertising themselves that they could possibly come up with. Literally. Like this is their most human version. They're like, okay, humans love animals and nature and music and dancing. We'll hypnotize them in an art museum and it'll be fun. And we'll tell them this is going to be fun. Humans love it when you tell them this is going to be fun. I'm sure everyone totally believes it when you have to sell your whole virtual reality Black Mirror matrix with the tagline, this is going to be fun. I'm sure there's going to be loads of fun. Fun for who though? And how much fun? And really that's the question though. Fun for who? And actually though, if you have to say something's going to be fun, especially like a whole announcement of your version of the Matrix, because this is your version of the Matrix, how dare you? Like fun for you, fun for literally the tiger. Like that's all it looks like. This is so demonic. This is so satanic. It hurts actually. Like it's literally like this is going to be fun for the Leo. Like the Leo is just here. Like I'm going to eat all of you. This is going to be fun for me. But of course the Leo is on a stage. Like this is going to be fun in general because that's the Leo's perspective. Then everyone projects onto the Leo like, yeah, this is going to be fun. And they don't know that the Leo is literally there like, for me. This is going to be fun for me. I'm going to consume all of your souls because everyone else wants to connect. So everyone like the Leo, they're willing to project into the Leo and see pleasantries and see niceness in this Leo energy that isn't there at all because they want to connect with their idea of fun. So when the Leo's like, this is going to be fun, it takes other spirits being like, yeah, this is going to be fun to actually make this possible. So everyone who looks at this and doesn't feel like it's weird, they're going to connect with it and they're going to make their reality real. And we are all along for the ride. We are all here. It's all based on how we communicate, though. That's the point. Like, it's all up to us. Like, we can communicate. So it's all up to us and how we communicate. Because we don't have to let white supremacists take over the world with their Leo desires of spreading their New World Order imagination across the whole simulation and create climate change, destroy everything in the process of enslaving all of us into their metallic matrix. It doesn't have to look like the future of WALL-E or the Matrix or any of these dystopian movies that they make money profitably projecting. We can build way better things if we just get hermetic, connect with ourselves, water fast, get spiritual, and believe in our own spaces. So they say this is going to be fun. That looks horrifying. I'm sure a lot of people agree with me. And let's keep making art. Yeah.